Good morning, Vaishnav, Kaushal, and their teams, dear friends. This was our point where we left yesterday. So this is regarding close packing because solid state is close packing. How closely they pack, how effectively they go close and pack. So that matters the perfect solid state. So in this entire chapter, we learn about the packing only. Are they packing correctly, or some 10% problem is there, or a minimum 1% is there, or perfect packing? So about the packing, about the closeness, we are discussing. So this is regarding the solid state entire chapter. Okay, right. So this one, what this one, when we keep one layer over the other layer in 2D, all the layers are same layers, A type layers. Just one name is given, similar name A. You can take it B also. So name is given. So similar balls keeping one or the other, that gives you square close packing because by selecting one particle, one square, sorry, one ball, around that there are four other. If you join all those centers, it looks like a square. So that repeats everywhere. Therefore, this packing in 2D is called as square close packing. In the same way, when we arrange in this way, when we arrange in this way, that is the second layer in such a way that the second layer's ball should be in between the first layer's balls. So in that way, if you arrange, that becomes a different arrangement. Okay, so that is named as the different means B. Okay, earlier same A, now it's AB. So in this way, packing gives you hexagonal packing because by selecting one particle, around that six particles are there. So it is called hexagonal close packing. So this was the point of discussion. Hmm? Right. Now this is what? This is regarding the packing in three dimension. In three dimension. That means same layer, A layer, same one, second, third, fourth. So by arranging like this, so we can go for the x-axis, y-axis, and the z-axis. Okay. Here also we have the square close packing. Okay. So simple cubic lattice, primitive type. Okay. Very simplest form of cube lattice we get by arranging in this way A in 3D. Okay. Now again close packing 3D only, but this is what this is not A type, this is AB type. Okay, so A layer, then on that B layer, again A layer, AB continues. Okay, that time when you keep one layer over the other layer and one more layer, so what happens? That is the understanding. Okay, so placing second layer over the first layer. Hmm? Placing first layer, placing the second layer over the first layer. What happens that time? So once again, I am going to uh, show you this slide. Here, because of the packing in 2D, in a 2D, okay, here we have the gaps. These are called as the voids I told yesterday. Hmm? Gaps are the voids. Okay. Now, by keeping second layer or the first layer in such a way that you see here, concentrate on this particle or on this circle. Hmm. So this is covering one void. That means I am arranging in such a way that voids are covered. But here I have written with English alphabets T and the O. What stands for T and O? T stands for tetrahedral empty space or the tetrahedral voids, and the O stands for the octahedral voids. What are these? So these gaps or these empty spaces are created so by using some particles in the structure only. For example, when we keep one ball or the three balls, three, one, two, three balls, so triangle shape, and that you keep one ball. So that is what it looks like a tetrahedral. So if that space is created because of that arrangement, three balls at the bottom, one ball top or one ball at the bottom. Anyway, you can take it anyway. Okay. So it is by with the help of four spheres, with the help of four particles. Okay, four what you can say combining atoms. We create a tetrahedral void. So tetrahedral void or the empty space is created with help of 4 particles. In the same way, how octahedral is created? Octahedral is created with the help of 6 spheres. How? See, first you take 3 as usual. 3 triangle. Now one circle is here, 2 are here. That means the third circle is facing this side. Okay, towards the my laptop. Okay, now you bring one more a triangular. Okay, but you keep ulta. The triangle should face this side. That the third one. 2, 2, 1 here for the first layer. Second layer what? 2, 2, 1 here in that pattern. So in that pattern, if you keep 6 spheres or the 6 particles, that time octahedral is created. Because the octahedral shape is we draw using 6 atoms or 6 particles. We learnt in the what? A chemical bonding where square base is there, one above, one below. Okay, so it is a tetrahedral shape there. Okay, but here, so 3 above, 3 below in different opposite direction. So by joining, so it looks like a tetrahedral, sorry, octahedral. So there are 2 types of empty spaces are there in this packing. Okay, so one is what? One is a tetrahedral void, which is created with the help of 4 spheres, whereas octahedral void, which is created with the help of 6 spheres or the 6 particles. That means to create octahedral void, we require more number of spheres, and to create the tetrahedral void, we require less number of spheres. 4 is to 6. It is 4 is to 6, right? So that's why I have written here it is octahedral void, tetrahedral. So all these are tetrahedral voids, and all these are octet. You have to arrange like this only. So how to keep in this way? You have to keep. That means you have to cover. Whenever you keep the second layer over the first layer, you have to keep in this way only, so that tetrahedral voids are covered. I am covering the tetrahedral void with this sphere. Okay. So though I want to cover octahedral void, so it actually, if you don't you imagine only with one layer, that is the first layer. So you see the size of the space void here is bigger. But by keeping the second layer over the first layer, now the space becomes narrow. Gap is there, less gap is there. Okay, so octahedral void is becoming less. So in that way you have to arrange. Okay, so but still voids are there. We cannot pack 100% correctly, effectively. Okay, so that shows that it is very difficult to pack 100%. Voids will be there. Voids are formed. Okay, right. Now please here, voids are the holes or the empty spaces. Hmm? So what is meant by void here? So IUPAC has given the meaning here. The free space between the spheres in a closed packed structure is called void or a hole. Okay. So whenever atoms come close, the time they go for a structure, but a free space, empty space, that is called void. See here, clearly shown with only in a 2 dimension. In 2 dimension. So AA type. It is what? AA type. See here. Here is the void. Many voids are there. You see how many voids? So by looking to this structure, so I think they can go for at the most 70 or 80% packing only. So still 20% the gap is there in that. Though we say it is close packing with certain voids. Now see, tetrahedral voids are assumed in this way. So please bring to a mental picture 3 below, 1 above. Okay, this is the tetrahedral voids with help of 4 spheres. So this is the top view. So that means you should take the balls and from the top you have to see. Then you will come to know holes are created there. Okay. So this is, see, if you take out this ball, here is the tetrahedral void. Okay. So now if you cover it, but by drawing the lines, it looks like this. Okay, tetrahedral structure. So all these are just for understanding how the voids are created, how they are visualized, how they are understood. Okay. Now see here, tetrahedral voids are there. Okay. So only one coordination number, what? 4. Okay. Right. Now octahedral voids. Octahedral voids are created what? With help of 3. See, 3 above, 3 below, but you see the arrangement facing towards me, facing away from me. Okay, and this is the hole, because this is on this void, this is I am fixing. Okay, so like this here, you see here. Without, if you don't fix here, the size of the void is bigger. But by fixing, you can reduce the size. That means what? You can go for a little better packing. Okay, but void is there. You can go for a little better. This you can see here. Earlier triangle, blue triangle, you can see, no. This blue triangle is what? Without this one, fixing the this one. But when you fix what? The three spheres on the bottom three spheres, you can see some portion is covered. Void size becoming less now, like that. Okay, so in this way you can visualize by drawing the lines. It looks like a tetrahedral. Okay, so by drawing the lines, it looks like a octahedral. Therefore, because it looks like octahedral, that's why the voids are called as octahedral voids. So how they appear, how they occur, how they are seen, how they are visualized, so accordingly we call it as a tetrahedral void or the octahedral void. But voids are there. Voids, but now how many voids are there? So voids are there, but how many? So this is done by the calculation part. Calculation part is not there. So upon complete calculation part, stoichiometry part, everything they have taken care. So what is the conclusion? What is the observation they have made? Whenever we have 100 spheres in a particular structure, okay, that time how many octahedral voids are created or generated? It is the same. It is the same. Okay, so 100 or the 1000, just for example I am taking 100, because when you go to 1 mole, no, 1 mole is 6.02, that lakhs together. So for example, if for understanding purpose, if I take 100 spheres for a particular packing in 3D, okay, in 3D, okay, the time 100 what octahedral voids are created. Okay, whereas how many tetrahedral voids are created? Twice. That means 200. That means tetrahedral voids are more than the octahedral voids. Why? Because tetrahedral voids are created using the only 4 spheres, whereas for the octahedral we require more number. Therefore, their number is always less. How much lesser? It is half. So this all they have done the work. Once again, this slide is very important. This information is very important. Number of octahedrals is equal to the number of particles gone for the packing, and the number of tetrahedral voids are twice the number of particles which are going for the packing. Okay, so symbolically, so let the number of closed packed spheres be n, then the number of octahedral voids are equal to n, and the number of tetrahedral voids are equal to 2n. This you remember. Okay, because we will use this knowledge for the calculation part in our forthcoming sessions after the completion of this chapter. So we start some selected numericals. Okay, so now placing third layer over the second layer. So how in such a way that we have to cover tetrahedral voids and you have to cover the octahedral voids. Now first, by placing the third layer over the second layer in such a way that tetrahedral voids are covered. Tetrahedral voids are covered. Okay, please see here. So this is one more way of visualizing. One more way. So there are 2 layers here. 2 layers. So 3 layers. So single layer, all single layer. Okay, 2 layers. That is white, black are at the bottom, or blue on the top. Here, white, black at the bottom, blue on the top. Again, one more layer on the top. This is the way arrangement. Okay, so you can cover tetrahedral voids and the octahedral voids. So like that. So just for visualization, this picture you can use it. Yeah. Right. Now come to the main point. Keeping the third layer in such a way that we will cover the tetrahedral voids. Okay. So this is A layer, B layer, A layer, B layer. Okay. So this is AB, AB, AB type. It is what? AB, AB, AB type. So in this way, or we can do in this way also. See here, if A, B, C, all 3 layers are different. If 2 are same, 2 are same, 2 are same, that pattern is called what? AB, 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 AB. Okay. And now A layer, one layer, on that B layer, that hexagonal, one more C layer ulta. Okay, in that way. So one more different pattern. So in this way we can, if you arrange by chance, okay, So this is one way to draw the lines, but actually it looks like this only. See here, this is AB type. This packing is called as what? Hexagonal close packing, HCP. Hexagonal close packing, HCP. Otherwise, if you arrange in this way, A layer, B layer, C layer, ulta direction, covering the tetrahedral voids, okay, again fixing A layer, and that again B. So ABC, ABC, ABC type, AB, AB, AB type. So if you go for AB, AB type, the structure is called as what? Hexagonal close packing. This is very difficult to visualize. So just to try to understand. Uh, Otherwise, you can, with your own help, you can go for the tennis balls purchasing and go for the packing. So by using this slide figure, so if you pack it, definitely it looks like a hexagonal close packing. And if you arrange in the ABC type, it looks like what? FCC or CCP. What is CCP? Cubic close packing. Cubic close packing and FCC both are same. Okay, so on every face one particle is there. That's why cubic close packing is called as what? Face centered uh, packing. Okay, so FCC and CCP both are same. This is HCP. So once again, HCP is created when AB, 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 3D covering the tetrahedral voids. In the same way, to create FCC or CCP, we have to arrange the layers in such a way that it should be ABC, 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 ABC in 3D. Okay, right. That time coordination number is 12. How coordination number is 12? That you have to visualize. Here you take one ball. So 6 above, 6 below, surrounding all those, you will get 12 only. Okay, if possible, I will try to bring any other slide. So I tried to bring. So directly I have taken from the book, So I'll try. So how to see that each sphere, each particle is surrounded by 12 other particles, so that its coordination number is 12. Easily you can understand. Okay, but now time being, by arranging in this way, so the coordination number of that packing SCP or the FCC becomes what? 12. Okay, just have a imagination power how they arranged. Now if the octahedral voids are covered, if the octahedral voids are covered in such a way that ABC packing, ABC, ABC, ABC packing, so that is called, again it is FCC only. Okay, so whether it is covering the octahedral or covering the tetrahedral in ABC type, that time the packing is called what? FCC or CCP. Okay. Now formula of a compound and number of voids filled. That means using the number of voids, we can tell formula of the compound. Okay. So one example I will take here. So this is all theory part. But remember one formula. Number of octahedral voids equal to n, which is equal to the number of particles which are busy in the making the structure, and the number of tetrahedral voids are equal to twice the number of the spheres used for the packing. See here, a compound is formed by two elements X and Y. Atoms of the Y, that is anion, okay, make CCP, and those of the element X as cations. Okay, cations are smaller in size. So occupy all the octahedral voids. What is the formula of the compound? This compound is made from X and Y. First point. Okay, X and Y. Okay, and what is the packing here? Packing is CCP, cubic close packing, or FCC. Okay, if X and Y have gone for the CCP packing, what is the one more condition? Atoms of the element Y make CCP, and those of the element X occupy all the octahedral voids. Okay, so how many X are there? No, those many octahedral voids are there, because what we have concluded in the previous session, number of octahedral voids equal to the number of spheres. Okay, so here X has gone for the covering all the octahedral voids. So that means it is X equal to octahedral voids only. So see the solution here. The CCP lattice is formed by the element Y. The number of octahedral voids generated would be equal to the number of atoms of Y. Okay, already given. So present in it, since all the octahedral voids are occupied by the atoms of X, their number would also be equal to the that of the element y. Okay, that means here x and y are equal. Okay, so that's why the ratio of x is to y is what? 1 is to 1. That's why the formula becomes what? X and y. Okay, so by using the n and the 2n formula, here the voids are octahedral voids, so therefore y becomes equal to the x. So xy is the formula. Kindly go through once again in the free time. You will come to know. These two examples are from textbook directly. I have taken. Okay. Now atoms of element B form HCP, and those of the element A occupy 2/3 of tetrahedral voids. Element A occupy 2/3 of the tetrahedral voids. So how many tetrahedral voids? It is twice the number. So 2/3 of the twice the number. In that way, you have to think. So what is the formula of the compound formed by the element A and B? Okay, right. So the number of tetrahedral voids formed is equal to twice the number of atoms of the element B. Correct? It is 2n. Okay. How many tetrahedral voids are there now? So this is double. Okay. So 2n. So the number of what? B. So 2/3 of these are occupied by the atoms of element A. Hence the ratio of the number of the atoms A and B is 2 times the 2/3, and that is only 1 B. So 2 times of 2 it is 4 by 3. So 4 by 3 is to 1. If you take out a simple ratio, it is 4 is to 3 only. So that means what? That means A is 4, B is 3. So that's why formula becomes what? A4, B3. That means what? From the knowledge of octahedral voids and the tetrahedral voids n and 2n, we can anonymously calculate the formula. So this is one way. So one more way is what? Using the empirical formula and the molecular mass and the percentage composition. And one more method is there, that is called Victor-Mayer method. So in the higher class we learn. So there are various methods to come to the conclusion that formula is like this only. Yeah. Now how to locate tetrahedral voids? How to locate tetrahedral voids? So for this you have to take one special separate unit cell. This is crystal lattice. Okay, this is unit cell. So separate, I am taking separate unit cell here. Separate unit cell here. Okay. Now in this unit cell, what you will find here, all the 4 corners are occupied by this particles. At the bottom 4, totally 8, and this is on the every face. This is called face centered packing, FCC packing. Okay. So in the FCC packing, take out the unit cell. Take out the unit cell here. Okay, one unit cell. Now if you join all the 4, this point, okay, and this point, and this point. What are these points? This is the point what? Opposite points of the first face, front face, and these two are the two of the last pora at the back. Okay, imagine the teapot once again. So totally back and at the front. So by joining all these, so you are making use of 4 spheres. So 3 spheres here, 1 sphere here. Line you are done actually, but this will exactly sit on this 3 only. So that is the tetrahedral void is created here. Okay. So in this way, tetrahedral void is generated or created or located or traced. So by using the X-ray diffraction, so 3 at the bottom, 1 on the top, or 3 on the top, 1 at the bottom. Ultimately, by making use of what? 4 particles, 4 spheres, we can easily locate the tetrahedral voids. So this is done not by the simple method. This is done by the spectroscopic method. Okay. So here we draw lines, but all these 4 are closely packed. This much gap will not be there. Never. Okay. Now about tetrahedral voids. Okay, each small cube has a atoms at alternate corners. Correct. In all, each small cube has 4 atoms. Correct. When joined to each other, they make a regular tetrahedron. That's why it is called what? Tetrahedral void. Thus, there is one tetrahedral void in each small cube. That is one unit cell, and 8 tetrahedral voids in total, because 8 units are there now in that crystal lattice. What I have taken. So 8 voids are created. So each of the 8 small cubes have one void in one unit cell. So for a particular one unit cell, only one void is there, and this packing is called what? CCP or FCC packing. So CCP structure has 4 atoms per unit cell. Correct. Thus the number of tetrahedral voids is twice the number of atoms. That means 8 created. No, so how many atoms are there per unit cell? 4 are there. How many voids are created? 8 are created. So 8 is twice the number of 4. That's why 2n formula here applied. Okay. Now how to locate, how to trace, how to find out where exactly octahedral voids are there using the spectroscopically. Okay. For this, either this way within the structure, or you have to go to, this is one crystal lattice. Now one more similar crystal lattice will come and will join in this way, left side, right side. Okay. So from right side you bring one more of this crystal lattice and join either this way or this way. Anyway, it is left to us to locate the octahedral voids. Okay. So for the octahedral voids, how many spheres we require? We require totally 6 spheres, 6 particles. Okay. So all those are here, you see here. So one face, second face, third face, fourth face, fifth face, sixth face. By joining the all face particles, octahedral voids are created. But you see here, 3 at the one way, 3 at the other way. So 3 at the bottom, 3 on the top. In that way you can see. Here also. Now either in this way you can locate, or on the edge also you can locate. Okay, but for this you require one more crystal lattice from the right side. That you similar type you fix here. So that means 1 from here, 2, okay. So 2, 3, 4, and these 2 are from the other crystal lattice. Okay, totally again here 6 we have. Either on the edge you can locate, or at the center you can locate. Okay, only thing is, if you want to locate, if you want to trace the octahedral void in the center, only one crystal lattice is required by joining the all particles which are there in the face. Okay, whereas this is I have taken for example of FCC. Otherwise, by bringing one more crystal lattice and joining the 4 and 2, from the 2 we get one more octahedral void in this way. Okay, but it is 3 plus 3. So only one is shown here. Written, okay, only one such is shown here. Just to understand. Okay. Now about the octahedral voids. So octahedral void at the body center of the cube equal to 1. Okay. 12 octahedral voids located at each edge and shared between 4 unit cell. So 12 into 1/4 equal to 3. So total number of octahedral voids equal to 4. 1 at the center, 4 on the edges. Totally we will have what? 4 octahedral voids. Okay. Now we know that in CCP structure, each unit cell has how many atoms? 4 in the cubic close by FCC. So 1 at the 1/8 of the 8 from the corners, 1, and half of the 6 faces, 3. So 3 plus 1, 4. So 4 atoms here. So 4 atoms are there in the each unit cell, and 4 octahedral voids are there. That means what? Number of spheres equal to number of octahedral voids, n. So in this way, so we can think. So kindly go through. This time being, it looks as if we are understanding, but you have to go through again and again. Okay. Yeah. So this is what packing efficiency, or the packing fraction. Okay. I told you how much close they want to pack. So as much as possible they want to pack closely, but still there are some gaps are created. Okay. So packing efficiency is what? So packing efficiency is how much close they are. Okay. So packing efficiency depends on arrangements of atoms and type of packing. Whether it is CCP packing or SCP, in what angle, in what direction, how they are closely packing, that also matters. Okay. So it is the nature of packing and arrangement of the particles. So together they will pack, and ultimately some gaps are created. Excluding gap, that is called the packing area. Okay. So it is easy to calculate the how much packing is there using some formula. So avoiding the gaps. So packing fraction is what? Packing fraction is out of the total space available. Now, for example, you take one box, one bucket. So in the one bucket, you put some 20 balls, small balls. Okay. So first you calculate the what? Volume of the bucket. Okay. Volume of the bucket. That is what? Volume of, that is the space available. In that you fix some 100 balls. Okay. So they'll go close packing. But you see that certain gaps are there in the. So excluding the gap, that is called as the packing efficiency. Then what is packing efficiency? Packing efficiency means out of the total volume of the bucket. Okay. So volume of the packed spheres or the packed balls or the packed particles. So if you divide the packed volume of the packed balls by total space available, total volume of the bucket, that gives you the packing efficiency. And if you multiply with 100 in terms of percentage, that is called percentage of packing efficiency. Okay, so packing efficiency is equal to what? Equal to first you take away at the bottom total space available, total volume available, whether it's a bucket or a cube or anything. Okay, so total volume available, in that how much clothes are packing. So that you divide it. So after dividing, multiply with 100. That gives the percentage of packing. Okay, right. So same thing written here. Same thing is written here. Okay, in terms of what? Formula. So in terms of formula. So mathematically, packing efficiency is volume occupied by one share by the total volume of unit cell. So number, that means number of atoms and each atom's volume. Okay, that is what this gives volume of the all spheres. This is the total volume of the container or the bucket or the cube multiplied by 100. That is called packing efficiency. Hmm? Okay. Now factors affecting packing efficiency. Volume of unit cell. Okay. So how much volume is there? In that how much I can fix? Number of atoms in a structure. This much big bucket is there, but I'm keeping small balls or basketball bigger one. Okay, small size lemon. So like that. So it depends upon the size of the atoms also, how much close they're packing. Okay, in that available space or the volume. And volume of atoms, size I told you, no, small or bigger, okay, number and it's the volume, both. So first how much space available, then with how much size they are going for packing particle, and what is the size of that small particle in terms of volume also, number also. So all three together will decide that this is the percentage of the packing in that what pattern. Okay, that is called packing efficiency. So we don't learn all the packing efficiency. We learn only packing efficiency of only certain what certain structures. Okay, especially for the SCP we learn and CCP we learn, and body centered cubic structure or simple cubic lattice. Okay, so these three we learn how much close they want to pack. Okay, so today we will conclude with this only. Tomorrow what we will do? We will exactly calculate the packing efficiency in different packings. Okay, so then you will come to know whether it is they have gone for 100% or less. Certainly they will never go for 100%, less than 100% guarantee. At the most maximum in 90, 85, 70, in that range they go for packing. Remaining is empty space only, void only. Okay, right. So with this I am going to conclude today's session on what? On today we learnt packing in 1D, 2D, 3D. So AA type, AB type. One more is what? Third layer AB, AB, AB type or ABC, ABC, ABC type. So all those we learnt, and how voids are created, how voids are located. For the tetrahedral voids, how many spaces are required, and for the octahedral, how many required, number of tetrahedral voids, number of octahedral voids, and packing efficiency. So all these points we discussed today, and tomorrow we calculate some examples taking from the textbook directly. So packing efficiency in different varieties. Then after, at the end we will go for the crystallization chapter of the solid state. That completes the solid state. Till then, have a nice time and thank you one and all. Very good.